In this unit, we'll look at personalization with the Ruleset Editor and how marketing technologists can use display rules to personalize content for site visitors. The Ruleset Editor embedded in Sitecore allows marketers to select a component and define logic for rendering the component's data source. Personalization allows you to deliver tailored, relevant content to support your customer's needs. For example, if a customer arrives by clicking through an email promoting the Winter Sky Miles promotion, you can swap the homepage hero to match the imagery and call to action of your campaign. With Sitecore, delivering real-time contextualized customer experiences isn't as hard as you might think. You can use data points like pattern matches to support predictive personalization based on a user's behavior on site. It's easy to approach using if-then logic, and this type of personalization can facilitate some really valuable quick wins. Sitecore collects a great amount of data that can be leveraged for personalizing components across your site. There are a variety of data points in Sitecore that can be used to inform your personalization efforts. With explicit tactics, you can use data points like GeoIP location or campaign visits to enable rules-based personalization. But you can also use implicit tactics like profile pattern matches to surface varying content for different customer segments. Before we dive into how you can personalize, it's important to consider where to personalize components on your site. While lower-level pages are often used to profile your visitors and gather insights, personalization is most effective on higher-level pages. Let's begin by looking at a page in the Experience Editor. First, make sure that the Designing checkbox is enabled beneath the View tab in the ribbon. This allows you to select individual components and the Personalization button from the floating toolbar. Initially, the default condition shows the original data source for your component. By adding a new condition, like Sky Miles campaign, you can specify a rule that, when met, will render the content you define. So, for all Sky Miles campaign visitors, show the Sky Miles promo hero. Sitecore evaluates the personalization rules in the order they appear in the Personalize the Component dialog box. If the visitor doesn't satisfy the first condition, Sitecore moves on to the second condition, and so on until a visitor meets one of the conditions. In other words, top-down, the rule that matches first wins. The default condition is displayed if a visitor doesn't meet any of the conditions above. You can also personalize the way a component is displayed on your website. For example, if this condition is met, you could replace the hero with a video module. You can immediately preview each personalized variant using the drop-down in the floating toolbar. As always, remember to save and publish your page for the personalization to take effect on the live site. Let's take a look at how personalization appears on the site. By entering the experience as a result of the Winter Sky Miles campaign, the hero is personalized and shows the matching data source. Now, if a user navigates through several eco-themed or energy-efficient pages, his profile acquires a solar power interest pattern match, and when he returns back to the home page, the hero is updated to reflect this. I'd like to call out a few useful resources as you get started on your personalization journey. The Personalization Planner is a 7-step worksheet that will guide your team through a planning process for personalization strategy. The 10 Personalization Tactics white paper outlines examples of quick win tactics that could spark conversation and generate ideas for your site. Finally, the Personalization Tracking template gives you a clear view of which components on your site are personalized and how they're performing. Tabs in the spreadsheet are built incrementally so that marketing technologists can track personalization across the site and even capture results of personalization tests. In an upcoming unit, we'll take a closer look at launching personalization tests within Sitecore and how to report on the success of personalized content.